NATO's security and solidarity within NATO are important to all of us. This applies to all allies and those who want to be allies. We understand the security concerns of Finland and Sweden, but as many of our allies within NATO openly say, everyone needs to understand Turkey's legitimate security concerns as well. That's why we want the fight against terrorism to be clearly included in the strategic concept.
We're joined by Oktay Tanrisever, a Professor of International Relations at Middle East Technical University. Welcome to the programme, Professor. I completely understand that NATO being a collective security alliance, if new members were to endanger one current member's own security position, that creates a problem for NATO. But how exactly directly does Turkey believe that Swedish and Finnish actions impact this country's security?
I think this is a moment for coordinating the policies of many countries, but newcomers, in this case Finland and Sweden, they need to align their security policies with the existing members. In other words, Sweden and Finland should cooperate with the existing members, including Turkey, so that their policy will be in line with NATO's policy. So it is very important for new members to accept the challenges and priorities of existing members. And this could be done through negotiations, through dialogue. I'm hopeful about this process. I think Sweden and Finland will realize that it is very important for them to take Turkey's security as important as their own security, because in NATO, there's a very basic rule. This is an alliance, military alliance, where all for one and one for all. So we cannot really disregard the security concerns of any country. Turkey, as a key strategic player in NATO, is going to take responsibility for the security of these two new members. If Turkey does this, Turkey has a legitimate expectation from these two countries to do the same. I think it may be easy for these sides to understand and show some empathy through these dialogues, and I think eventually these countries could join NATO by demonstrating their commitment to the existing NATO members, including Turkey.
And do you expect that to happen? Do you expect Ankara eventually to give its approval? I mean, with Finland and Sweden having proven what you say that they need to prove?
I think this communication already started, and eventually I'm very hopeful about that. And when we look at the principle, at the level of principles, Turkey is in favor of open door policy. Turkey also takes Baltic security and the Nordic security very seriously. In the very past, Turkey actively participated in the air defense of the Baltic region, and Turkey has been coordinating its policies with the existing Nordic countries. But when these countries join, of course, Turkey believes that it's not only about the Baltic region, but it's also about Turkey's own borders. Turkey has a very long border in Middle East and very difficult parts of Eurasia. So other NATO members should demonstrate the same level of security commitment that Turkey has demonstrated for other NATO members and new members. I think this is achievable. And if you look at the signs, I have, for example, followed the speeches of the Swedish Prime Minister, she said that she had positive impressions after her telephone call with Turkish president. NATO Secretary General is also quite hopeful about this dialogue process. He underlined that Turkey is the only country which suffered heavily from this threat of terrorism, and all countries should understand Turkey's priorities. This is confirmed by NATO Secretary General. He also expected other members to show solidarity with Turkey. Of course, this shouldn't stay at the level of discourse or at the level of principles. In practice, these countries should use diplomacy and communication channels to align the policies, security policies, and this will strengthen NATO.
Yeah.
This is not a crack within NATO. On the contrary, this is an opportunity for NATO countries to show more understanding to the security concerns of members. And through this process, I believe NATO will get stronger, and the Nordic countries, Sweden and Finland, will join alliance by contributing to the security of Turkey, which is a positive thing, I think.
Professor Oktay Tanrisever, thank you very much indeed, Professor.